Hi, everybody. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is day 2. We're talking about the holiday blues. And so many of us start going through these, this melancholy again. We get depressed, we get all sorts of anxiety, all based on just thoughts and concepts of what we're carrying around. And that's all they are, is thoughts and concepts. However, that's the mental, emotional aspect to it. There's other things that can affect you that go hand in hand with how you're feeling through the holidays. And the biggest reason, besides the mental, emotional state that you're putting yourself in, is, believe it or not, I know you don't want to hear this, you're eating. Why is eating causing your melancholy, your depression, your sadness, your anxiety? Really simple. You have to remember that every time you eat something or drink something, you have a hormonal response. So the hormones, mainly in the beginning, what we talk about is insulin. So insulin's a hormone. Cortisol is a hormone. But you have to remember that your hormonal system, what we call your endocrine system, it's a closed loop, which means if one gland, like your adrenal glands, if that's being affected because of cortisol, because you're not eating, you're overstimulating yourself with things like coffee and sugar and that kind of thing, this can actually set you up to have a more emotional state of anxiety, and then that can lead into sadness and depression. We know that alcohol does this, does it not? So we know that if we start drinking, it's not just a matter of the inhibitions go away, but it's a matter of then we can get a lot more frustrated. Some people actually get angry and mean. Some people get really happy and goofy. But the point is that it's changing the mental, emotional state biochemically. And so if you're dealing with stress and depression and sadness and melancholy, especially we're talking about the holiday season, but really any time, you need to look at your food. So other things like carbohydrates. So when we talk about holidays, we're always talking about like candy and pastries and hot chocolate and eggnog and, of course, alcohol, right? And then usually, because it's getting colder, we want more warm things, so a lot more people start drinking coffee and they put all the funny creamers in it. Ooh, the French vanilla creamer, and ooh, the hazelnut creamer. And you know who you are. And on top of that, a lot of you folks are then on top of that putting in things like artificial sweeteners, which are seriously toxic to your body. Do not use artificial sweeteners. But I would tell you, you shouldn't be using any kind of sweeteners whatsoever. Yeah? Especially when we're talking about you're doing things like coffee and stuff. So again, refined processed food. So if you're eating a lot of junk food, things out of cans and bags, etc., you know what I'm talking about. This is going to cause hormonal issues. This is going to make you feel sad and depressed also. Okay? And then you need to look at then, if that's what's causing a lot of the biochemical reactions in my body, which then make me lean towards being sad and depressed and moody and blah, 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 the holiday blues, then what should I eat? Well, what you should normally be eating all the time. Vegetables, high quality proteins, good quality fats. And if you do that, you won't crave the sweets and the crackers and the cookies and the blah, 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 and the hot chocolates and the eggnogs and the extra caffeines and the sweet and low and all the, artificial sweeteners and your internet, your French vanilla creamer and your hazelnut creamer. And, you go to these coffee houses and they have all those syrups up on the wall, right, that you can have. And you go to the other coffee houses and they have all their cold mixed things, that you put in blenders, and you have the caffeine and all the sugar, which has insane amounts of calories, by the way. So don't be doing that either. All right, so understand that when we're talking about, at least for right now, the seasonal blues, the holiday blues, yes, it's a mental emotional state. It is about the thoughts that you're holding on to and what you're believing to be true about you. It also has to do with the foods you're eating. So if you clean up your foods and don't go to the dark side of all the junk foods and the cakes and the candies and the pies and the, you know what I'm talking about. If you eat really clean, you're going to find that these mental, emotional, and biochemical states of melancholy, sadness and depression, etc., are very, very low. You won't experience them. And if you really pay attention to how you're feeling after you're having something to drink or after you're eating some of this stuff that we're talking about, and really pay attention to how you're feeling, you will recognize that there is a mental change. There's a mental emotional change towards, So, now, if you're out there and you're going, hey man, I like my holidays because I like to eat my pumpkin pies and my cakes and my candy and my eggnog and my... I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, because this is completely your choice, guys. It's your life, right? But if you're asking me what is causing these challenges, especially at what we're calling the holiday blues, these are some of the things that you would like to alleviate because they're not actually healthy for you, are they? So you guys are smart about this. You know that. It's just a matter of stepping up and taking personal responsibility and saying, yeah, what am I doing to myself? This is absolutely silly. Okay? So clean it up, guys. Have an amazing holiday season. We got a couple more videos this week that we're going to do on other things that cause that moving into those sadder states, we'll call them, the holiday blues. All right, so until then, bring it up. Unconditional joy. Eat clean food. Empty that mind out of all that garbage that you're holding on to, okay? And I will talk to you tomorrow. So until then, remember, I love your guts. Take care, guys.